the Air Force inside the market, the Navy on the road, the Army on the street, the Army on the graveyard. The reason why they have all of these things is because they don't understand what an army does. The duties of an army, they don't understand. They are colonial forces. All of these people are just placed there to make sure civilians don't say something about the government, what the government is doing wrong. So that is why they have all of these monkeys in uniform, terrorizing innocent people. You will never see them at the border.
And they do
Sorry,
look
go on,
like
go on.
monkeys. They do look like monkeys, my brother. They monkeys in big clothing.
Yes.
Big clothing.
So
Their
they
uniforms look so big for them. It's like they were borrowed PPE. Haibo.
Yeah.
They don't take pride in
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. That's why you see them. You see them. You can never see them defeat Boko Haram, because Boko Haram has arms. So they are not trained to combat another force with arms. They are not. So they are not in the duties of learning military maneuvers, and no, they are not. They just give them AK-47. Like I said, when you give a monkey AK-47, what do you think the monkey will do? They will shoot everybody within their sight. So that's exactly what these people do. Imagine taking off.
No, sorry, my brother. Go ahead. I'll ask you your question I'll ask the question when you're done.
Yes. Yes. Imagine an Air Force taking off from the ground into the air to unalive civilians and say, we are sorry. We are sorry. We just murdered you, but we are sorry. It was a mistake. How do you make sense of that? It goes to show the amount of idiots that exist within 250 million people. How do you this is not a joke. I don't want our people to be laughing. Now we are getting serious. How do you take off a plane and then murder women and children and say sorry, it was a mistake? How do you make sense of that? These are a bunch of idiots from the darkest resources of hell. They don't belong where human beings they should not be counted among humans. How do you make sense of that? They disgust me.
No, me, I'm on your side.
Go on with your question, Unfiltered.
No, I'm with you on that one, but you know what I'm going to say is, I try my best to be a fair judge of character, and I'm not going to try to put all Nigerians into one basket and say everyone is bad. And the fact that you've had, just a bit of honesty in all of this tells me that there may just be hope for you.
There's a lot of hope for our brother in Nigeria. He's not Nigerian.
No, because you know what?
He's he's not one of them. These wood rats here that are eating our dogs and rats in South Africa. You can never compare them to in Nigeria, my brother.
I'm not going to that blame. I can never put on a Nigerian. I've never seen a Nigerian eating a dog or a rat.
That we don't have dogs and rats in South Africa anymore. Our dogs and rats are finished because they eat bushmeat. Mr. Mzansi, we've been dealing with these people for years, my brother, here
Which
on TikTok.
one is eating at my sister?
Nothing, my brother.
This is a problem solver.
That's why I want to ask Nigeria this question. In Nigeria, when you go to the market, how do you know you're not buying meat from that's of a human being? Because that market, I saw a market on YouTube. The market is so dirty. There's flies everywhere. How do you know that you're buying proper meat and not meat?
So usually we go for goat meat. Goat meat has a certain aroma that differentiates it from every other one. So usually I only eat goat meat. So I don't eat goat or lamb. I don't eat beef or I just eat goat and lamb and chicken. That's the only thing that I eat. So it is confusing. The market. Sometimes you see something looking at you. Nigeria is a joke. that place is a joke. as in the God that created that place will hold him by the neck. He must explain. The place is a joke.
No.
What comes out of that place is unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. and then
No, but don't worry. You know what, Mr. In Nigeria, do you know what I found out about Malawi? Apparently, you know why you don't find that many stray dogs in Malawi is because they chop the head off, they chop off the tail, and when you go there, you ask them, what is it? This one is go to my blazer. When you can't find your cat, they cut off the head, they cut off the tail. This one is
Naitwa na bushmeat.
You come and eat it.
Naitwa na
This one is
bushmeat.
Yeah, problem solver. You bush monkey. What do you got to say? Go ahead in Nigeria. Just shut up.
Imagine trying to buy a meat in the market and the entire meat on the table, something is looking at you. You look the other way. You want to move the other side. It's still looking at you. It is insane.
Mrs. Kool-Aid, I think there's an echo coming from you, Mrs.
Inflate their numbers. The so-called 250 million people are bereft of ideas. They have been so brutalized for years that they don't know what to do to either elect good leaders or to unravel those who are oppressing them. It's their army, every single institution that they have in their country. The behavior, the conduct of their institution, like the army, like we are watching on the prompt, tells you all you need to know. The army takes off and then murder civilian and say sorry, I didn't mean to murder you, and then they go again. Tomorrow the same thing happened. They say we are sorry. So that is what goes on. A country where every single facet of the society, facet of their life is imbued in corruption. There is nothing gets done, because once corruption is the order of the day, nothing can get done without corruption, and it completely erodes the value in the society, because no decent person will be taken seriously. Once you're a decent person, you move into you're trying to survive in it's impossible. Just in a week you become just as corrupt as Tinubu or the few of them that come on TikTok to argue, because they are all corrupt. Every single Nigerian you find on TikTok defending Nigeria, they are corrupt monkeys. They are looking for an opportunity. When you make them president or make them officials of their country, they will steal. That is who they are. Because all their lives is all about, how do I align with this person in power? How do I get close to those in power so I can steal? So I can, belong. That's all they think. So every single one. That's why sometimes I'm urging some of our international friends, don't think the politicians are not worse. These ones that defend them are worse. The politicians are just, the ones that defend them. The ones that elect them into power and defend them, come to defend them, come to tell you that they are, there's something, they are electing new, they are trying to bring in new policy, defending them. They are worse, believe me. How do you make sense of it? That somebody is bringing hunger upon the people and you are defending them. That means you must be worse if we put you in power. So you must understand the logic, how they reason. They are worse. So whenever they are suffering, I don't want you guys, your empathy should go to young people, the children who are suffering, the physically challenged, those who can't help themselves. But you see, these adults, no empathy should go to them. They are worse, palpably worse. Thank you.
If your problem is Mzungu, open space and deal with the Mzungus. We are dealing with the illegal foreigners here. Come on, man. Let's just take ourselves serious. And this thing of always coming with ageism as if we own each other here. Not really. Come on, man. Take us serious, man. And if you've got nothing to say, seriously, never, man. Every time we have to be distracted whenever we talk about real stuff that is happening in South Africa. The reason why South Africa is always going to be divided is because people will always come and bring things that are not related to the topic. What do you want us to do with these Mzungus? Because in 1995 or 1994, we all had truth and reconciliation. We all welcome these people. Some of them married them. They are now South Africans. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to chase them just like what the Zimbabweans did? Now look at Zimbabweans. They're busy begging them, and then now they are even slaughtering chicken when they come back, and cows for them to welcome them. We have got Ubuntu China here in South Africa, and those that are a problem, we will isolate them and say this is a problem. And one of the problem right now that we are facing in South Africa, right now we have got high unemployment rate, but these illegal foreigners, they're busy, they are hired day by day. We always have to play nice and play lucky bucket to the whole of Africa. Are you Father Christmas? Yes, man. Like, let's just take ourselves serious. Every time we have to be distracted from the reality. Every time we have to be reminded, this is Mzungu, this, Mzungu, that. But some of you, come on, man. We are living in 2025, man. Are you still thinking of Mzungu in 2025?
Can I speak?
Mzungu is not God, okay? It's just like me and you. Some of them are actually very poor.
DJ, laat ek net so sê, no?
Yes.
As Van Riebeeck nie saam met my ouma gejol daar in die Kaap nie, ek sou nie 'n kleerling gewees nie, verstaan jy? As mos net so, man. Wat het gebeur? Wat het gebeur? Feite is feite.
Kan ek
En
inkom?
van die dag, ons is van hulle gemaak ook.
Kan ek inkom?
Ga maar.
Okay, right, ek hoor vir jou, my vriend. Kyk eens.
Ja, ga maar.
Kan ek praat? So ek kan Afrikaans praat.
Praat. But wacht een beetje.
Okay, ik kan mos Afrikaans en praat Afrikaans ook.
Riso is mijn zanzi, daar is die problemen.
Ja, maar die
probleem van luister, die probleem van die illegal foreigners, ja.
Nee, ek worry nie. Ek bysa nie saam met klomp goedes, because wat ek praat British ook.
Bysa nie, asseblief.
Dat is een van ons wat bysa vir 'n uitlander.
Ja.
My broer, daar is nie een van ons wat bysa vir 'n uitlander.
Ons bysa nie.
Ons is nie uitlander nie.
Ons moet nie bysa nie.
Wie is dan nie wat nou praat? Kyk jy, is hulle nou
family.
Is hulle nou
Did we change the topic or
Praat English.
Ek gee vir
we
almal
change the
big
topic?
welcome.
No, nobody's gonna change. Kyk jy, hulle moet praat. Hier gaan nou iemand, ek praat nou van visserman en quota-stelsels, wat ons nou nog dicht voer.
Yes.
He says he needs translations when we speak English. But
Oh, guys,
yeah, praat maar, ek sal
I'm just asking nicely.
translate.
Unfiltered is hosting us. She's taking her time to give us a voice to listen to everybody. Can we just not turn this situation? It's at home too. Thank you, Rose. Thank